The state government has promised to investigate allegations that the Country Fire Authority failed to warn staff and their families of a potential cancer risk. Former employees maintained the CFA knew that chemicals burned at a training site were dangerous, and it's emerged the problem may be much wider than first thought and that thousands more firefighters may have been exposed.
Firefighters need to train, and here at the CFA Fiskville facility, they've been burning things for decades. According to retired instructor Brian Potter, he, his colleagues and their families living at the site are suffering high cancer rates because of exposure to flammable chemicals used at Fiskville in the 1970s and 80s.
If it would burn, we would be prepared to use it.
He says he developed cancer and others may have died as a result, even though he claims a scientific report commissioned by the CFA in the 90s warned of the threat.
This is now a matter that has to be investigated. We'll take that seriously and ensure that that investigation is carried out in full.
The CFA says it is investigating.
Well, certainly don't know too much about what went on 30 years ago.
But there are plenty of firefighters who say they do know what happened. That's because, according to their union, just about every career firefighter, CFA and MFB, were required to train at Fiskville annually for the years in question.
We think it's only the tip of the iceberg.
The CFA, though, is so far dismissing that risk.
It wouldn't be those who are simply transferring through the facility for training purposes, I wouldn't have expected.
Firefighters also say the drums of chemicals used for training at the site were actually industrial waste.
It went as far as that they actually advertised that we'll get rid of your waste if you could bring it to us, and they used to burn that waste.
A CFA spokesman says more time is needed to access records on the chemicals. Jeff Waters, ABC News.